Hi, my name's Scott Gibson with Beneath the Surface. I'm here with Greg McCoach of Mining Speculator. Greg, thanks for being with us.
Oh, Scott, always a pleasure to be here.
We're here in Vancouver at the Vancouver Investment Conference. Wanted to get your take on resources right now. Where do you think things are going over the next year or two?
Well, we've been brutalized. Our market needed a correction. It happened. It got far worse than I anticipated. It's been painful.
Yeah.
But our market goes in cycles, and we know that. And I think the pendulum has swung too far the other way.
I agree.
Now.
Yeah.
It went too far that way, now it's gone too far this way. I think there's starting to be real opportunity. Matter of fact, here at this show, I think the attendance alone, you look around, you start seeing the value investors starting to come back, take a look, see, kick the tires, because there is real value here.
Yeah.
And it will recover, but you have to be so select at this point about who you get involved with. And the challenges in our industry are significant worldwide, and going the wrong way, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But we know that base metals and precious metals have to move forward if the world wants to have modern society. That people have this huge disconnect with where our cell phones come from, right? Everything in them comes from mining, right?
And what I find interesting is where you're looking, a little further afield in terms of assets. Can you share that with our audience?
I'm starting to look outside the box. My favorite places, of course, have always been in North America, Mexico. That's where I've focused a lot of my effort. I've had some success in South America, but that seems to be getting more and more problematic. So I think we're all forced to look outside the box is there any low-hanging fruit left in the world that could be easily assimilated without huge costs? And the brain puzzle, looking outside the box, comes from that little brain puzzle with the 9 dots. Don't lift your pencil, use 4 lines to cross through all the dots. Well, if you do that, most people will sit there and can't figure it out because they don't think outside the box. They don't draw the line longer than the box is. Right. And that's where that expression comes from, that brain puzzle. Well, I'm trying to think outside the box. It's the first time I've ever heard of somebody suggesting what I'm about to suggest. And most people would look at me like I'm crazy, but I'm saying Iraq.
Which is seemingly crazy.
Right, it just sounds nuts, right?
Yeah.
But there's been a big gold discovery over there, right on the outskirts of Baghdad, and it's a huge 10-mile-long strike length, and it's right below the surface. So there's no permitting issues over there. They need the technical expertise of Western mining companies. In Canada, I always say, go with the Canadians, because Canada is so abundantly blessed with this resource talent that's unparalleled in the rest of the world.
Yeah.
And that companies are going to get involved with an opportunity like Iraq presents. Now
our viewers are going to look at that and go, this is ludicrous. Like, you're thinking Iraq. Okay, great, the economics might be flawless, but how do you deal with the political situation going into Iraq?
And I think for all of the Middle East, there's actually other countries. Afghanistan is abundantly blessed with a lot of metals, not only precious metals, but base metals, to the tune of 820 billion of in situ value, right?
Wow.
So, but I think the key is Iraq, to the whole Middle East, to unlock the potential of this new area that we've never wanted to even look at, right? Because of the politics. But I think things are changing in Iraq, and if you notice, there's been massive amount of money going into Iraq. Matter of fact, Hillary Clinton, I hate quoting her, but Hillary Clinton suggested that Iraq is in the midst of a transformation unlike anything the world has ever seen, and that there's going to be an economic boom because of these resources, oil, which we know about. It's the second largest reserves in the world.
Right.
But the fact that so many big countries and so many banks, big money people, are just pedal to the metal, putting money into Iraq because they see the potential that's there. And people know about the oil, but they don't know about the gold.
Well, I didn't even know about this discovery until you told me about it. Who drilled it? Who was it?
Well, there's American geologists. There's people over there because of oil, and this was discovered, and there are no big mountains to deal with. There are no trees and issues. It's sand. It's right below the surface in many cases. And because modern exploration techniques have ever been used, this is an area of low-hanging fruit that could yield huge results. So I'm trying to say, hey, look, I'm not saying put all your money in something like this. I'm saying, look, we have to be more selective about where we're willing to invest. And I'm still concentrated on North America. But very specific about where I'm willing to go and why. Mexico has gone the wrong way with the politicians. Their itchy fingers have taken more of the pie now. It's still a place to invest. It's just not as good as it used to be. But what I'm saying now is that, you know, it's time to think outside the box more, because you know, what the world needs is a big new discovery that has great economics and is low-hanging fruit. Well, in all the areas we've been searching for, you and I have been on all these site visits, the low-hanging fruit's gone. We're drilling on areas that are totally blind, right? We're based it on IP results or some kind of new technology that looks into the earth and evaluates these things, and we're drilling hoping to hit something. Well, that's a far cry from a situation that's right near surface, where the economics just make total sense.
Well, it's interesting. Thanks for being with us, Greg. I appreciate that. Thinking outside the box with Greg McCoach. Again, my name is Scott Gibson with Beneath the Surface. Thanks for being with us.